Gotta love a good old Madden rating. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a little bit disrespected going on here. TJ Watt leads the pack at 94. Minkah Fitzpatrick comes in as the second highest safety behind Derwin James at 93. Cam Hayward's a solid, 93. Then it goes to Patrick Peterson, 85. The vet's getting a little bit of love. Gotta like that. Pat Freiermuth, 84. Najee Harris dips down to an 83. Alex Highsmith received a lot of controversy about this one. Falls outside the top 20 with an 82 overall rating, and Deontay Johnson follows with an 82. George Pickens an 81. There are some other very interesting names. Chuks Okorafor is a 70. Calvin Austin's a 70 as well. Mason Cole 71. You got Kenny Pickett, who's a 72, and then Dan Moore Jr., who's also a 72, along with Jaylen Warren. What are your thoughts when you looked at the list of I think the Steelers are 77 overall? 77 overall score on Madden here.
Yeah, 77 overall seemed light to me. I just think they're better than that. I think they're like closer to an 80, probably maybe a little higher than that. TJ, I don't know. I just haven't watched, a full season of Steelers games and see the difference between TJ on and off the field. I feel like a 94 is low for him.
Yes.
He's just like a game wrecker in so many ways. Minkah, I thought Minkah was low too, but I guess if he's the second highest rated safety, then they must just not be rating safeties high like that.
I think Derwin James is a 96, which is where I probably would have put Minkah.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's probably closer to that than he is a 93. But I guess he can't complain with second highest rated safety like that. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Patrick Peterson surprised me. People have more confidence in him than I don't know. It's not that I don't have confidence in him. It's just that just seems high. I didn't think anyone else did.
Oh yeah, Patrick Peterson to me, I get it. He's coming off of 4 interception season, something like that. So maybe they see it in him, but I think it's to a degree, like a bit of a respect thing. Just like, do you ever play Madden and then you're 2 seasons deep? I mean, this is me. I'm a Madden nerd, but you get to a point where guys, the numbers start changing. I think Patrick Peterson's the guy that in year 2, he's an 80, year 3 he's retired. So it's just a one last little, here you go. Yeah. Let it happen. I agree with you. I think, TJ, in my opinion, if Myles Garrett's a 98, which I think he is, TJ Watt's a 98. They are. Yeah. Stop trying to change the playing field. Just give them they're the same amount of game record at any moment. And I think TJ is more of a game wrecker, far, far and beyond more of a game wrecker. But I'm not going to get into that argument. TJ, I think higher. Minkah, 93, fine. I think he's better than Derwin James, but again, that's a conversation that could be up for debate. Cam Hayward, I would like the respect at a 93. Najee an 83, I think fits him well after last season. Alex Highsmith, I kind of wanted to see higher. I kind of wanted to see him. He doesn't have to be a 90, but he does fall out of the top 20, and the edge rushers in front of him that I think he's an 85 to an 87, which includes Brian Burns, Trey Hendrickson, Cameron Jordan, Danielle Delaney. What is it? Delaney Hunter, Josh Allen, Chase Young, and Khalil Mack. Those are the 87 to 85 guys. And I think he's in that conversation. I think some of those guys, maybe their ratings should be a little bit higher, possibly. But I think that, 85 to 87 would have been a good one. Deontay Johnson in 82 and George Pickens in 81. I think George Pickens is, by the end of the year he could be a 90 plus if he does what he's expected to do. I just think that George Pickens could be in for wild season.
Well, I kind of feel the same way about Najee too. I feel like there are a couple guys on here, Pickens. Yeah, definitely. I don't know about 90, but yeah, he could definitely climb. Agree with your point about Highsmith. He should be you don't get 14 and a half sacks on accident like that. That should put him into that elite tier.
Without TJ Watt. I think that's the biggest thing here is he did it while a defense was just okay, we have to stop Alex Highsmith because Jameer Jones isn't going to do anything. Mm-hmm. It's an impressive 14 and a half sacks. Thoughts on anybody else? You looked at the rest of the roster, excuse me. I think Kenny coming into 72 is the baseline. Anything around him that stands out to you?
Yeah. I think it's really funny that William Jackson is the 10th highest rated player at an 81.
Yes.
That's wild. An 81. Also, let me pull him up. There was a who was the oh yeah, Kendrick Green
Kendrick
rated
Green coming in
rated
at
higher
72.
than rated higher than Dan Moore, Mason Cole, and Chooks, according
And
for.
Chooks. And the same as Kenny and the same as Jalen Warren. Anthony Miller is also 72 as well. Neither of those two, it should be known, neither of those two played football last season.
Right.
Like, not, I mean, for different reasons, but still, neither of them played football this season. Actually, Anthony Miller hasn't played football in 2 seasons.
Right.
Like, very, very strange.
Very
Who's coming in at 70?
Yeah, I feel like there was more respect for Chooks out in the league than that. That surprises me a little bit. That feels a little
disrespectful. A little disrespectful. I think Chooks is not the greatest, but I do think he deserves higher than a 70. You know, like I think immediately he's better than Tay Crowder, who's also a 70. Keanu Benton came in here at a 70. I think he's better than that. You know, like Mason Cole, he might be the only one that you could argue until you look at Kendrick Green and say, well, you have to be higher than a 72 if that's the baseline. Like that's just how that works. And then
the starting center should be rated higher than the backup center. I feel like that's
feel like obvious. That's just how that works, you know. What is the James Daniels is the only Steeler offensive lineman in the 80s. He's at an 80, and then Isaac Seumalo's at a 78, which is pretty good. Kevin Dotson's at a 77.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, kind of just shows you maybe the value's there. Maybe you get rid of them and just be like, hey, and Madden, this trade would look really good for you.
Right.
Really, really good. Yeah, Madden ratings are always hilarious and never accurate, but I do think it, like the William Jackson thing is hilarious because Levi Wallace is a 79. William Jackson isn't on a team and didn't play for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, had an awful season before that. And
he barely played for anyone last year, didn't he? Did he even play?
He played for Washington, and I don't know how many games, but he was hurt most of the season with a back injury. And like he's had a rough 2 seasons there as well. Like, yeah. I am interested to see where Joey Porter Jr. comes into play here. His rating has not come out.
I'm interested in Darnell Washington too.
Darnell Washington's going to be a good one too. And Broderick Jones as well. Interested in all 3 of those because, you know, at this point, you don't really have to be the Madden. It's going to be hilarious when Madden actually comes out and the starting offensive line, when you just, before you switch who the starting offensive line actually is going to be like Broderick Jones, Kendrick Green, Isaac Seumalo. I guess it'd be James Daniels, but like maybe they even somehow like get Kevin Dotson in there and then Chooks. And like, you're just getting smoked all the time because
you don't realize that it's not like,
that your center's Kendrick Green, and it's just not working out. Yeah, Madden ratings, man, they're a good time, but that's our spiel about those. They're everybody could check them out at maddenratings.com.